This is the TTArtisans 40mm f2.8 macro lens for mirrorless APS-C cameras. And I've been fortunate enough to have this for the past couple of weeks to test out, thanks to TTArtisans for sending it to me. And overall, it's a very fun little lens. The biggest thing about this lens is actually the smallest thing about it, really, the price point. It's priced around $150. I have actually seen it on some websites for less than £100. So it's very inexpensive. Now, obviously, you might think, well, it's inexpensive, it's not going to be very good. And there are a couple of aspects about it which are a little bit disappointing. First and foremost, it has an annoying fiddly as hell screw-on lens cap rather than a traditional pinch one. The focus ring is okay. It's not the easiest to grip onto. There's no rubberized grip to it. It's okay when you're working at macro distances, but when you're trying to work at anything more like normal focus distances, the focus throw is just too small. It's really difficult to nail exact focus. And along with the manual focus, there's manual aperture as well. It's a completely dumb lens, no electronic contacts of any kind. Now, the Aperture Ring runs from f2.8 down to f16, but it goes in half stops, which, not the end of the world, I suppose. There are subtle clicks between each half stop, though, which is good. And the overall build quality's okay. It feels pretty solid. I think it's pretty much entirely metal, although there is no weather sealing. And it's not exactly the most aesthetically pleasing lens, but then, to be fair, it's not important how the lens looks, it's how it makes other things look. And this is really where this lens does start to come really good. It doesn't handle backlit situations particularly well. There is quite a lot of flaring, but other than that, the image quality is actually surprisingly good for this lens's price point. Sharpness-wise, from wide open, f2.8, the image quality is very good, both in the center of the frame and mostly off to the corners, although there is a little bit of ghosting. But that quickly improves as you stop the lens down. And honestly, for the price point of this lens, the sharpness is pretty fantastic. Even the close-up image quality is pretty damn good from wide open. And really, close-up is why you're considering such a lens anyway. And in fact, the close-up effectiveness of this lens has another little twist to it which might make it more appealing to a few more people. Because this is an APS-C lens, and if you mount it on a full-frame camera, you will get the noticeable vignetting around the edges. However, when you focus in with this lens, there is a hell of a lot of focus breathing. As a result, if you put this lens on a full-frame camera, when you're focused in on subjects very close, the focus breathing actually gets rid of that vignetting for you. So this lens, even though it's an APS-C lens, if you're a full-frame shooter and you're looking for a close focusing lens purely to use as a close focusing lens, you're not going to be using this at more normal working distances, this works absolutely fine. Another issue with the focusing is lens creep. If you have your camera above a subject pointing straight down, the weight of the lens barrel does start to pull your focus slightly, so you have to be very quick between setting up your focus and then taking the shot. So no, not a perfect lens. The lens cap is crap. The focus ring works okay for macro distances, but is difficult to get accurate focus with anything more than about a meter away. The image quality does suffer quite heavily from flaring, but when you're considering this is a $150 lens, which does one-to-one reproduction ratios and can technically work on a full-frame camera, it's a bloody impressive piece of kit. So that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. As always, if you have any questions or queries, please feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. If you found this video helpful and you haven't already done so, then please consider hitting the like and subscribe button to support the channel, and then hopefully, we'll see you in the next video.